What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy against all Transformers and Clates Boxing for coming through and boosting up the coin. So, we got a leak for you, man, right now, regarding Eddie, Calvin Candy, Massa Hearns running his narratives. Listen, people. AJ doesn't make Eddie Hearns speak, but then again, Eddie did say before doing this interview, oh, of course he has. These press conferences don't start until an hour or so after the fight. So, they've been talked. And Eddie Hearns and Ben Davis, and all of a sudden now, don't forget as well, the Talk Sport homosexuals. We're going to break all these down in individual videos, but I'm giving you an overview here before we get to the allegations in this video. Yeah? Let me give you, man, the summary right now. I've heard about low blows. I've heard about, well, he didn't get to the arena till 9 o'clock. And you man have got a short memory, you know. Because when AJ was playing with Ngannou, when he was playing with Francis and Bongo, yeah, you man was saying, oh man, he a boss. And yeah, man, he big boss. And he rock up, he the A-side. And right, that was the narrative. AJ the boss, he rock up when he want. Apparently, AJ had been rocking up all week, disrespectfully. So don't tell me that, oh, he was late, he was cold. He looked at all these guys chilling, man, I swear to God. The Talk Sport heads are worse than Eddie Hearns. At least Eddie, well, I think they're probably on the payroll of Eddie Hearns, or something like that. There's something intertwined there. There's some incentives there. Do you understand, people? There was a podcast, a 50-minute podcast on Talk Sport. All I heard was, oh, AJ was cold. Look how he walked out. He looked cold. And people, I did videos on it at the time. Every single opportunity, whether it's Talk Sport or whoever, all the boxing channels, yeah, all we heard was Dubois shook, he hasn't been here before, and AJ's the best ever in his prime and supremely confident. That's all we heard. Now he smoked. Well, he was cold. Look how, you could tell Dubois was on it, Simon Jordan says. Oh yeah, I could see Dubois was on it. Where's your betting slip? That's what I don't like. Yeah? Simon Jordan said, I'm picking AJ to win within 6. That's what he said. Fact. Now all of a sudden, yeah, I saw Dubois. I knew the minute he walked out. Fuck off. I don't believe it, people. I don't believe it. And if it happened that way, yeah, Simon Jordan should get his big betting slip up and say, people, I watched the walkout. Bosh, here's my betting slip. I knew. Yeah, 9:45, my betting slip. I put the bag on Dubois. So stop playing, man. You didn't know anything. We can all look back and find things. And that's what I said before the fight. I thought Dubois, I wasn't even biased. I thought Dubois won all of the exchanges in the build-up. That's the truth. I thought he won all of them. Well, certainly on fight week, he won the press conference. That's for sure. He was clowning on dude. Clowning on him. And he also won the walkout. AJ's walkout was corny. Dubois came out on his job. But you can't, another one they got now. This new one. Oh, he slipped. I could tell, Simon Jordan, I could tell he wasn't going to win because he slipped on his walkout. He wasn't, it's like, come on, bro. Come on. And if you did know that, alright? If you're telling me you knew he was going to lose because he slipped, people, that's why it's so important to gamble. Because if I see something and believe I know it, like I've been wrong loads of times, most times. I said, I know Tyson Fury is too big, too strong. Bosh. 10% of my net worth goes on Tyson Fury. That's what you got to do. You got to. Otherwise, you're just another talking head who's speculating. Otherwise, and that's the problem with Simon Jordan, yeah. He'll sit there and cover bases. He'll say things like, oh, AJ might have PTSD. And then say things like, I've got AJ within 6. Which means, now all of a sudden, all we're hearing from Simon, and I got a video coming soon, that dude, Spencer Oliver, airs him out and says, Simon, you weren't saying that though. Yeah, anyone, Hatman Strikes Back included, can put out 20 different permutations of events that could occur. What you can't do afterwards is then say, oh, I told you so, because, right? I might start coming on here and saying, people, essentially anything can happen under the sun. And then when anything happens under the sun, I told you so. It's whack, man. It's weak. It's weak. It's not analysis. Analysis requires commitment. One way or the other. Otherwise, what are we sitting here talking for? What's the point of me sitting here? You all, people, it's boxing. We all know anything can happen. We all know it could go left, it could go right. What people need in this time is the opposite of indecision. Bosh! Yeah? Bosh! Anyway, I've rambled, but here you go. Here's some of the excuses they've started to spin.
And he said to me, I'm ready to go to the trenches tomorrow night. He went all the way in the trenches. You know, people talk about taking a knee, spitting a gum shield out. I mean, listen, when Daniel Dubois hit him in the nuts in the 3rd or 4th round, I'm screaming at AJ to take the full 5 minutes. Like, that's actually a little bit of inexperience. Like, at that point, when he couldn't stand up, he's been hit full blown in the conkers, right? All he's got to do to the ref is just, you know, that's not him. He just went to ref, I'm fine, come on, let's go. And I'm like, no, what are you doing? And then it happened again. Because he just came to fight.
People, there was no low blow. Yeah? First of all, AJ put his gloves on the mat. And that's what Eddie Hearn saying, oh, AJ, you could have just turned to the referee. Because Eddie Hearn knew the referee was paid. Right? The whole fight he was paid. Dubois, listen, you can argue Dubois might have been half coming in with his head in the Hrgovic fight. Fine. In the AJ fight, he really wasn't. And the ref was straight on him. Straight on him. Yeah, watch out. So that's why Eddie Hearn has the confidence to say, oh, AJ, you could have just turned to the referee and took 5 minutes. No, he couldn't have. He was shot, people. His legs were shot. Yeah? Eddie, unfortunately for you, the rules don't allow for a 30... Maybe in 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, AJ may have been able to bring his heart rate below 210. Yeah, he was redlining in there. As I told you, the only person to tell you, man, when AJ gets hit here, the first time he gets hit, his heart's going to be beating out of his chest. That's what happened, man. That's what happened. It's not about the accumulation. It's the first shot. His heart rate goes up. And when your heart rate's racing, your mind's scrambled. Never mind the actual fact you're in a fight. Most people find, if you're in a physical confrontation, the adrenaline starts dropping in and it gets a bit panicky. That's what Johnston was put into. Danny D. Maximus Danielius Dubois. Put him straight there. Pop, pop. Bosh. Because he ain't playing. And I'm tired of hearing in this sport, there ain't no other combat sport. You don't hear no one in Muay Thai talking about low blows. You don't hear no one in UFC talking about low blows. In this sport, and that's the big question mark on Usyk's career. He's always whining to the body. He is. Always whining to the body. Yeah, AJ wasn't even in there to fight, and Usyk's looking at the referee and whatever else. Dubois knocks in a spark out to the body. He's whining and taking 5 minutes. Don't be doing that, Eddie Hearns. Just because it works for Usyk. Usyk does have some redeeming qualities, though. AJ does not. He does not have no redeeming qualities as far as that fight's concerned, or any fight, because there are people. AJ's resume is better than Fury's. It's better than Wilder's, but it still represents the times we're in. A bunch of old bums. Yeah. A bunch of Klitschko's. Klitschko wasn't even that good in my opinion. He's a jabber and a grabber with a bit of a right hand on the end. Yeah. There was his leftovers. Let's call a spade, man. Pulev, Povetkin, they're his leftovers. What are we talking about here? This is supposed to be the new generation. Right? That's his legacy. And even Pulev, he was in there life and death, running around, scared to death of Pulev, man. Even Vlad, who's scared to death himself. He went straight in there and started licking off Pulev's head with the left hook, just jumping in with it. That's what you do with Pulev. Never mind, that was in Pulev's prime. Never mind 40-year-old. Do you understand, people? So anyway, back to the point. The whole low blow shtick. Yeah, I've been not interested in it. And really, I mean, Usyk is a true fighter, but I don't know why he whines for. I don't know why he whines. Just crack on, man. Crack on. Teddy Atlas said this. He said, you have a metal ball protector. Look at the UFC guys. The UFC guys don't wear a big padded nappy. That already gives you extra protection. Essentially half a bodysuit. Half a body pad around the bladder area. UFC fighters don't have that. I've seen UFC fighters get kicked in their bladder. I've seen Muay Thai guys get kneed there, etc., etc. They ain't crying and whining, right? They ain't crying and whining. I've seen them get clipped in the nuts. In fact, I'm not a historian of the UFC or whatnot, But I don't remember them taking 5-minute breaks either. It's very rare, and it happens all the time. If anything, when I've seen the UFC fighters get kicked in the nuts here, they're looking to... who was it? Pereira, I think. Alex Pereira recently got clipped in his nuts. The referee went to him. He kind of waved the referee off and got straight back at it. So that proves to you people, if you can get kicked in the nuts, don't come crying to me about a punch. Don't be doing that. If Alex Pereira can get kicked in the nuts and it makes no difference to him, that shows you the real impact of being hit there. It makes not a scrap of difference, people. Otherwise, if it was that critical, Alex Pereira would have been folded over on all fours. It's not. It's a pansy move. It's a technicality. Ooh, that might have been a bit low. Let me try and play on it. That's weakness, people. So in that respect, Usyk is weak. He tries to play on, whether it's in the AJ fight, in the Dubois fight, he tries to play on the fact, people, that Dubois shot was legal, man. It's a fight. Yeah, he hit you on the bell. I don't care if it's a bit low or not. I have no care at all. Again, Alex Pereira didn't care. So you can just be hard and crack on. It's a fight, man. Unless someone's blatantly just constantly digging you super low, it's a fair shot. The benefit of the doubt should be given for body shots. Especially when Usyk pulls his drawers up to and Fury does, they pull their drawers up to their nipple line. It's like, bro, it's not... again, they're playing on the technicalities of the rules. Oh, it says you can't punch below the belt line, so I'll pull my belts up to my shoulders, and that means you can't hit me nowhere but my head. That's what Usyk was on. It's fact. Watch Usyk boxing. You can't see his belly button. You can't see his belly button, man. I like him, but he's soft to the body. That's the conclusion. He's soft / a crybaby to the body. Fact. Well documented. Nothing to do with me. If he wasn't, I'm not making stories up here. He's extremely sensitive to the body. Yeah? Extremely sensitive. Do you understand? Anyway, I've digressed. The point is, people, I'm not interested. AJ did not actually go down from a low blow. He went down because he was shot. Because he got punched right in his chops. Right? I think that was the exchange where the low blow came. AJ was hunched over and Dubois just kept hitting him. Digging him all over. There was no... in the legal system, yeah, as far as the criminal justice system goes, there has to be intent in a lot of things. The intent to do something. Same as boxing. For me to score a low blow, there needs to be a intent proven. AKA, this guy is clearly... You can tell there's fighters who literally want a low blow. You can tell them. They've got bad agendas, they've got bad intentions, and they're frustrated, and they want out of the fight. So they're low blowing. That's not Danny D, man. He does not have a history of doing that. Fact. So forget about these narratives, people. There was no low blow, Eddie. He was never going to get 5 minutes unless the moody referee give him hit. And to be quite frank, at the time, I wouldn't have been surprised if that referee started doing what the Usyk versus Dubois referee was doing. You know, when Usyk was like, yeah, I'm ready to fight now after 2 minutes. And the guy said, no, take more time. And that would have been intriguing, really. If AJ had been forced to take 5 minutes, well, he'd have got smoked the same way, to be fair. Because Dubois, at that point, his cardio must have been down a little bit. Here they come back with more beans. AJ stays shot for 20 minutes. Takes him 4 or 5 rounds. Fact. Watch the Vlad fight. He gets rocked in 6, I think. It takes him till about 10. It's 20 minutes, man. So it would have made a scrap of difference for Jon Stewart. Yeah? For orderly Joshua, it would have made no difference, Eddie. And I can't stand... Cut these narratives out. Cut them out. Yeah? We don't want to hear about how you want to kick off now the fight's over. We don't want to hear about how you coulda, shoulda, woulda had 5 minutes. We don't want to hear about Daniel Dubois was rocked to his boots and it could have gone either way. It was on a sixpence, Eddie said. 50-50, Eddie said. People, who here saw it 50-50 at any point? I don't believe Dubois was rocked. I believe Dubois got hit with a heavyweight right hand. That does not mean you're rocked. And in fact, the next sequence proves he wasn't rocked. He was all over AJ. All over him. He was playing possum and sitting back, That's what they call posting up in the cut. Yeah, he was posted up there like, having a look. Bosh! John Stew asleep. Orderly Thinny Johnson asleep. That's what... And I like... Listen, in the last 24 hours, I've done some reflecting on Orderly Thinny Johnson. And I have been a bit harsh. Yeah, that fifth round is crazy, man. The clip is crazy. The way he... AJ's galloping in, yeah, literally, with his hands like down here. He's walking in like this. When he hits Dubois and Dubois backs up, AJ's literally, yeah, he's like this. And he's not walking in. He's like kind of hopping in. Hopping in with his chin in the air and his hands down here. I've never seen someone press someone with their hands that low and their head in the air. AJ was leading with his head as well. He was like this. Oh, it's mad. Mad dread, man. Ben Davison, you're bad mind. That's for damn sure. You wicked. Ben Davison's a wicked individual. And the camera does the side profile. The camera shows you. It's literally AJ just like hopping forward, thinking there's something sweet. I feel sorry for the guy. Obviously, he's richer than me and he's more successful than me, but I still feel sorry for him. Because the amount of man who's cooked his head. Oh, it gives me bad joke, man. But yeah, listen, people. There was no low blow. There was no dirty fighting in there. The only thing that was dirty, and it's the problem with Eddie Hearn as well. Eddie Hearn and AJ, they like the Joe Parkers of the world who come in, they're respectful, and they'll have a box with you and they'll have a faff around. They like the Otto Wallins. Joe Parker's good, yeah, but he's still a faffer, right? He doesn't have no finishing intention. He don't really want to put it on you, which is really most boxers in today's age are faffers. They're not vicious. Even Jaya Pattaya, the cruiserweight Don, he's in there with 50-year-old Bradis. Who here saw any spite from Jaya Pattaya? In fact, when the 50-year-old Bradis was sticking it on him in the back few rounds, Pattaya was all bent out of shape. Looking really, if Jaya Pattaya had AJ's chin, or if Jaya Pattaya had been put down before, like AJ has against Ruiz, Jaya Pattaya had been knocked out by Bradis because he was shook. He didn't know how to fight. Not once did Jaya Pattaya hold his feet in exchange with Bradis. Yeah, he was shook, and he's supposed to be one of the better ones of today. And he can't fight on the inside. He can't. He don't really want to fight. When Bradis brought the fight to him, he did not want to stand an exchange. He was scared to death, running from rope to rope in the corner, all bent out of shape. Do you understand, people? That's what he was doing. So Team AJ, they can talk about low blows. They can talk about how he slipped on the way to the ring. They can talk about how well he took his vest off early in the ring and he must have been cold. Wow. But ultimately, AJ's whole camp prepares him to take on beta boxers, sidemen. Do you understand? Hellenius, Wallin, Joe Parker, that kind of shtick. Even Dillian White's useless, yeah? He's got better since 2015, but is useless. Even Dillian White, though, who was useless, and he kind of bowls his arm over. That's his trick shot. He clipped AJ. It just so happens that he's no good, if that makes sense. For all we know, that could have been the end there and then, right? Do you understand? He don't want to be in a dogfight, especially now. Doesn't want to be there. So if anyone who comes to fight, he low blowing, he's cheating. Dubois put his wrist on his neck. I don't care at all about low blows. Don't ever come to this channel talking about low blows. I'm not interested. Unless someone's literally trying to low blow. If someone's in a scrap and it's getting messy and they're whipping away and one goes 2 inches low, gonna fight people. He don't have laser guided precision. Your opponent's always moving. You're moving, you're trying to get a shot off, it's not always going to land bang on. It might be an inch or two out. What planet are you on here? No other sport, no other combat sport jerks off over the particular position of a body shot. If it was that dangerous, why are UFC fighters able to kick in the bladder? Why is that? Oops. You don't see UFC fights being stopped and people saying, well, we need to have a video replay, to see where the belt went. No one's interested. Fight, man. Crack on and fight. Or don't. This is the game, AJ and Eddie Hearn. Just because you've been around in an estrogenic beta era where most fighters are just grateful to be on. Like Canelo versus Edgar Bumlanger. Another example. He was just grateful to be there. Which is the case. Most people, Otto Wallin, Hellenius, all them man, they're just great. Parker as well, back in them days. In 2018 when Joshua fought Parker, Parker was grateful to be there. He had no intention of winning at all. That's what AJ like. He liked you to be respectful. And I think that's why it got him. That's why AJ was bent out of shape in the face-off, the face-to-face on DAZN. Because he felt like, whoa, you're not sitting there talking about how I'm a legend and how I've changed the game and you're not being grateful to me. Dubois says, you don't intimidate me. Yeah? My name is Maximus Danielius Dubois. What do you think this is? You corny ass Boogaloo the Bear. Sounding ass dude. Pop. And Johnson now he low blowed. Stop playing Eddie, man. You corny for that one. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe. Click off the bell, 100%. No doubt about it. People, stop it.